Hello, my darlings. It's Mama Radha. How is everybody? I've been insanely busy. My love master has been working 16 hours a day. I've been getting up with him at 4 a.m., packing his bags, getting everything ready for him, laying his clothes out, and then taking a cat nap before all the doggies wake up and then, get on the grind. So, it's been something. And the really funny thing is that even though he's been working these insane hours, bless his heart, he comes home, he'll unwind a little bit, and then we'll go up to the bedroom, and he wants to just relax, what do you call it? Like, blow off some steam. Something like that. All I know is that like an hour later, we're getting 3 hours of sleep, and I'm like, oh my gosh, Daddy, but that's what he wants. So, okay, at least I get to take a nap. He's the one that has to go to work and deal with 16 hours. So, yeah, it's been something. I'm like, what a marathon. But, he's always worked hard, and for the last few years, he's really worked pretty much, almost 7 days a week. A lot of times it's 7 days a week, and then he'll take a day off here and there. I mean, he's worked, a month straight before. It's just crazy, but, whatever it is that he wants to do, I support him. And, that's my job, and I'll try to say, okay, are you sure you're doing all right, and make sure he's taking care of himself. And I do my part as far as I make sure his food is healthy. I make sure that the drinks I pack for him, that he's got like, I make water bottles with one with apple cider vinegar, one's got sea moss, one's got beet juice, one's a green drink, herbal teas, all these kind of things, just whatever can help him, keep his body strong, keep his immune system strong. But all that testosterone, it really keeps men strong. This is why generally they don't get sick. They really don't. And they need less sleep than we do. So God bless. And the other funny thing is that he's just been on a roll. Like, I've been good. I've been good. But any little thing, he's just been cracking down. He's just like, let's go. And I'm like, oh no. So, it's just been, going. So I haven't had a chance to do my little stories. But a few nights back, he was just like, I asked him what I was getting smacks for on the bum, and he's like, for general purpose. I'm like, oh, like a maintenance spank. I didn't say that out loud, but that's what I was thinking in my head. And he's like, yes, for the general good. I'm like, okay, thanks, Daddy. And he just was using his hand. He was going to town. He had, don't be graphic, pull my panties up, and just like, he was just, I'm like, oh my gosh. So, I was quite stingy. And the next day I was like, yeah, I feel it when I'm sitting down. He's like, good. And then, so almost every night he's just been like, let's go, something, especially if, because I'm supposed to be back on the wagon. I haven't been bad, but I've had like a glass of wine, which he hasn't minded, but he wants to be home when I do. So if I've opened the bottle before he got home, I'm getting the belt. So I'm getting the belt. And just again, like kind of precautionary measures, like, you better be behaving yourself. And yeah, he's just been getting it. So I'm like, okay. I'm like, well, I guess that's what I wanted for years and years and years. And he just is, there's ebbs and flows with everything. So, for some of the women that have reached out, like, I can't get my man to do this. I really want domestic discipline. You just have to be patient. And honestly, at the right time, it'll just click. And then you might be sorry that you asked for it. So you have to be patient and willing and understanding that, especially like if he's like my husband, it's when he wants to, not when I want him to, so it could feel inconvenient to you, but that's how it's supposed to be. So, yeah, so Daddy's just been taking care of business all the way around. And then we had a thing with our daughter. We found out that someone was sexually harassing her, had got her number out of the database where she works, and was sending her, inappropriate text messages and whatever. And this happened months ago, and we didn't even know about it. And she was trying to handle it on her own, and I'm proud of her for doing that. She did the proper things, but this company doesn't even have anything in place. In 2023, the hashtag Me Too, they didn't even have anything in writing, no formal reports or anything, just text messages. So anyway, as soon as my husband found out about this, the very next morning, we were up and dressed, brought my daughter, our daughter, to her place of work. He went in, the Hulk, and was like, speak to the manager, got the manager. We sat outside, and he proceeded to go over everything with him, and was just like, old buddy is lucky that I do what I do, or this would be a completely different type of meeting. So anyway, it was great because the particular guy wasn't there at the time, but you best believe that even if no one knew what the meeting was about, just the fact that our daughter's daddy came in with muscles bulging, tattoos everywhere, just mean looking mug, I'm sure word got to him that, you best be looking out, and it's really, really nice that, for a girl to have her father there and, be there to stick up for her. And she's got 3 older brothers as well, which they may come pick her up from work tonight because, things are still being sorted out and the owner has to be spoken to, and he was out of town. And anyway, so blah, blah, but, it's really something. It's the importance of having a father, your protector. It doesn't just stop, when the kids turn 18. He's there for you. He's definitely your backup. And to rob your children of their father is probably one of the worst sins I can think of. And they don't have to be perfect. None of them will be. But they offer something to their child that no one else can. So, anywho, so that was something. And so yesterday, it was really nice that I had the opportunity to just take the 2 younger kids, and we just went for the day. We went and did some fun things, and just kind of like let go of everything that had been going on. Our 3rd oldest son also had some issues he had to deal with, and it was just a rough couple days. And it was really nice that I had nowhere else that I had to be but with my family and doing what I need to do as the mom. I had packed Daddy up for work, said goodbye, kissed him goodbye, let him know what we were doing. Of course, he said okay, he gave us permission, whatever. And I don't just you can't just take off and not tell Daddy what you're doing. It's important that he knows where we are, especially for our safety. So we do need approval for that. But anyway, so he was very happy, good, have fun together, blah, blah, blah. And it was nice. It got all of our minds off of all the drama, and the kind of sadness of some things, and gave us some nice time together out of the house. So I really appreciate the ability to do that. And I've been able to do things like that with the kids all these years. And it's really incredible that I've never had to be responsible for anything other than taking care of my husband and the children. Never had to have a financial responsibility ever. I worked when I was in high school, but when when we had kids, that was that, and he was right from the very beginning that, they're only little for a short time and they need you. And then we found out that even as they're older, they need you. And it's one of the reasons why, we're all so close, and our kids talk to us about a lot of things, which a lot of times, they don't have such a good relationship with their parents, and they don't talk to their parents for advice on life issues or whatever. And we're very grateful for that. It's really special and important. And moms have a very important job to do in their home to provide the atmosphere of closeness, of unity, of giving that nurturing and caring and supporting daddy, with what he does. And it's like, if mom's okay, yes, daddy can work a month straight, okay? If I'm doing fine, the kids are fine. It's like, if I had some kind of concerns or anything, then the kids would be a little bit like, oh, what's going on? Everything okay? But, even when we were doing the whole, like, maybe we need a second wife and all this stuff, I was going through all that because they were all older. I did, I talked to them about it because I was serious. Like, if this is what your father wants to do, this is what we're going to do, okay? And I let them know it was biblical and everything else. And just so, they felt okay about whatever we decided. And it was a little funny because they're like, look, Mom, you guys really don't need to do this. And I'm like, just, you guys do what you're supposed to do. And we're mommy and daddy, okay? So, it's just nice to have that type of a relationship with your children. And heck was the point of that? But even then, at that time, they were like always just believing the best in their father. Like, anytime anything's ever come up, the text message with the old friend and all that, everyone, the kids were like, oh, there's, daddy is, they just always believe they're best in their dad. That's it, And the only one that even knew about those things was our daughter, because she's the closest one to me, and we do the most things together. We're around each other all the time. The boys are a little bit more like, we do our own thing. And it just so happened to be that way. I really don't recommend your children knowing your struggles in your marriage. It just happened to be that way at that time. And in a way, I would say that it's been a really good learning experience for all the children of how you work through all kinds of situations as a couple being married for a long time and staying married and make it through even better than you were before. So it was a very good learning experience, even though it was difficult and it was hard, but that's life. And to pretend like nothing ever happens and nothing's ever wrong or you're never concerned about anything is silly and foolish. And I think you set your kids up for failure to pretend like you never have an issue or a concern. I do think is silly. So, and dangerous, because that's just not the reality of the world. But, what else? I don't know. But, that man is something. And he honestly just doesn't even know how amazing he is. And that's what I keep trying to tell him as often as I can, just how incredible he looks. He feels like he doesn't, he feels like, oh, my prime was when I was 39, and I'm like, okay, whatever. You're still like the biggest, baddest mug up in this gym, I mean, you lift the most weight, and you're 48 like me. That's crazy. And you work your butt off and you're phenomenal and you're intelligent and just, he's amazing. And I guess the self-doubt, or what's the other word? Insecurities. We both have our own about ourselves. So like we understand that about each other. And I always tell him, I said, the difference is that you say the things because you're trying to make me feel better. You are on another level, but he doesn't let me say too much of that kind of stuff. So anywho, I do have some goals in place. We've not been consistent in the gym. Me and our youngest son have not. He stays on course. He goes to the gym in between his shifts at work on his lunch break. He'll bring shorts and he'll go work out when he has a break to do so. And that is dedication. I mean, you're working 16 hours, then you go on your lunch break to the gym, and work your butt off. You're amazing. So yeah, his stamina and everything is just really mind-boggling. Tenacity, ferocity. I don't know if ferocity is the right word, but It sounds like something forceful, so that would be right. I'm usually good with my words, but I'm not sure about that one for this particular. Trying to describe this man is he's unbelievable. So, bless his heart. Oh my gosh. So I guess that catches us up with everything so far. Definitely, like I said, I've just been very busy. Um, yeah, Daddy's using that domestic discipline, and he is just so cute. Oh God, I don't know if cute's the right word, but it's okay. I'm a little tongue-tied and speechless, very sleep deprived, but just being very grateful, enjoying my life. I'm so thankful, and just trying to take each day a little more like deal with the problems of the day, and just do the best that you can. And I have to get to the point where I keep working my plan for myself, my health and fitness, no matter what's going on, because I'm so emotional that it's like, and it's just not helping me. And right now, at my age, with the hormones, everything been going on, I have to work incredibly hard to get back to where I even was a year, 2 years, 3 years ago, which is just like a blink of an eye. And I'm like, oh my goodness. Phew, that's just how quick it can all fall apart. So anyway, I always heard that you're either progressing forward or you're going backwards, but you never just stay the same. You never stay stagnant. So yeah, anyway, got some goals, and right now I have to go do some shopping, grocery shopping for some cooking. Gotta do some meal prep, another 16 hours tomorrow. So I got to make sure I have some sandwiches and some yummy food and just everything that he needs for tomorrow. So, and the next day and the next day. I don't think he's off till Monday and Tuesday. He did take those 2 days off so we could have a nice 4th of July, which I really appreciate. So anyway, guys, let me know if you have any questions that you guys want me to answer. It's a little bit easier for me these days if I'm running around busy, just to focus on a couple questions and just do a video answering those. And besides for that, just much love. And, thank you guys to all the subscribers that have found me. Again, 6th channel. I just did another channel on TikTok or page or whatever you call it on there. It's like a 4th or 5th one. And I don't want to change my name because it's easier for people to find me. But my husband's like, they got a red flag on your name. So even if you add different numbers on the end, I mean, my very first hour on there already had 2 strikes. And I was like, come on. So anyway, it's very annoying. So we'll see. I'm going to try to like tone it down a little bit and, focus on like femininity, and I'll try to leave what's going on in the world out of it a little bit more, because they definitely strike all that stuff, and it's not even hate speech, but they consider it hate speech, which is just sad. It's newspaper articles and, just what's going on. Even without any comment, it's considered hate speech. So a bunch of scoundrels out here, I tell you. Anywho, lots of love. And anything else? Gosh, I don't know. There's always lots of things. But Mama Radha loves you, and I'm grateful for all your guys' support. And I know that the number keeps creeping up on the subs, and I'm thankful for that. And so, thank you for supporting all the content creators that I share. They're all phenomenal. They've done such a great job, and they work so hard. And like me, they're, fighting censorship. And it's hard to tell the truth today without getting duct tape over your mouth or just erased. So anyway, all right, lots of love. Ciao.